This is a assessment about one part of the energy that we might come into contact with tomorrow. It's going to be present, but whether you come into contact with it depends on what you got going on. This is the 2222 function. Again, you hear me say when three numbers are in succession, like 3 2s, that's a trap vibration. When you get 4 in, it's a fatal connection because you've now been boxed in by that energy. So 4 2s is what you hear me call fatal connections. It's something similar to the blue screen of death for programming, but it's also on another level. It's similar to where when you run into the blue screen of death, but you got important files on that computer and now you're trying to salvage them. So it's basically a salvage point to where the connections you've already established are not working out for you, and you're trying to get whatever information from that connection out so that you can move on ahead. The whole problem is you have to honor the perspective. Sooner or later, you have to honor the perspective of if it broke, then I might not want to keep using it. Trying to use a program that keeps on pushing out a faulty flaw, hoping that it'll run better on the next format, it's not too smart in the end. So just real quick, being that it's 4, we'll pull 4 potential points where our connection, 2 is the number of connection. 2 is connection, 2 is reflection, 2 is intelligence, 2 is fear. It's basically where you are aligning your energy with something, trying to establish balance. Trying to establish balance without having awareness of yourself. How's that working out for you? Anybody with any level of experience, especially as an adult, trying to figure out a balance with somebody else before you've actually taken care of yourself, it don't really work out. So 4 potential points within the fatal connection to where it's time to stop trying to salvage the energy, because that's kind of like the whole trick. To keep trying to go back and pull from what got you messed up as what's going to potentially get you into greener pastures, if you want to use that. So trying to use a part of the program as something to get out of the programming. You hear me say you can't tell the unknown what it is. You just have to go find out what it is. You cannot bring the known into the unknown, or else it's no longer unknown. And that's what a lot of people do, is where they keep running into these faulty connections. They keep trying to take bits and pieces that they thought were working for them, when if you look at the bigger picture, if it was working for you, it wouldn't have never messed up. Take your time with that one, and you can put whatever kind of lies that make you feel better about doing the same cyclic shit. That's on you. So here's 4 potential points of connection that are part of the fatal flaw. You won't let it go. Succumb. This is the king of earth. This is you are trying to rule over what you coming over to, when if you think about what I just got through saying, it's already got you set up. The whole trick was keep coming over and giving me your energy, and then you're going to succumb. You should already know the answer to that. Your question was, how do I get the mother of my kids back when I didn't love her right the first time? Perspective. Do you deserve her? What have you done? Fatal connection. What have you done different within yourself to even warrant deserving another chance with her? And that's a perspective. When I'm saying, I mean, good luck with it, whatever you're doing, but if you fucked her over the first time, what make you think that you ain't gonna do it again? And why should she trust you? When you can get past that point of why she should trust you because you made this, that, and other change within yourself, and you know that you're not lying to yourself, proceed. But if you just lying to yourself and you just miss her because it's muscle memory, because you probably see her moving on with somebody else, or you're bored with who you're dealing with, that's bullshit. That's still a traumatic bonding. So good luck to you in your endeavor, but if you fucked her over the first time, you got to make sure that you ain't ready to fuck her over again. And furthermore, are you fucking over yourself? So the first thing is you got to succumb to that programming, that 3 and that 0, whatever your thought processing was, whatever your thought processes was that allowed you to fuck her over the first time. Have you changed them, or are you just a little bit better at them? And this is what a lot of people do. So again, I'm really not trying to be funny, and I appreciate you saying that, because I guess you see I'm shooting straight with you. I am being real with you. If all you did was get better at playing games, then do you need to go back to her? And furthermore, if all she do is play games, but your games was a little bit more detrimental than hers, do you need to go back to her? You need to figure out if y'all are on the same wavelength. I get it, y'all got kids, but the problem with a lot of people nowadays is you staying together for the kids and you're doing nothing, producing another layer of this foolishness that we got going out here. People always complain about broken homes and shit, but I'm a 2-parent family, but neither one of you motherfuckers present. So you got to do some self-assessment within yourself before you figure out whether she's worthy of you, you worthy of her, and is it going to be the best thing for not only y'all future, but for them children. Good. That's good. That's progress. But also speaking to you, man to man, and you take what resonates and you take what resonates and you ignore what doesn't. You can sit in 95 different courses about what somebody is telling you are your anger cues. If you're not recognizing your anger cues on your own, somebody else's format and program of what's going to work out for you eventually won't. You know, we can sit here and say, well, they told me that this is what I should be looking out for. You have to get to the point to where you're looking out for it within yourself, and then you can apply somebody else's methodology. That is why I'm not a real big proponent of everybody saying, well, I got better because I went to therapy. No, somebody gave you a coping mechanism. Did you get rid of your anger cues? Are you still a loaded gun? Are you still a loaded gun with or without medication? And medication, that's a whole nother subject. If you have it and you need it, go for it. But get to the point to where you medicate yourself. I don't eat the stressors of life. I understand that everything around here has the potential to trigger, but holy shit, I'm not a weapon. That changes the game for a lot of people. But that's not what people get taught. They get taught to go through things so that you can learn how to tolerate it better. And then, holy shit, here come that fatal two. Here come a connection point. This system will help you. That God will help you. This deity help you. This ancestor help you. This therapist will help you. But holy shit, now I'm interdependent on what somebody else can do for me, which means I've already lost control within myself. So that's why I said what I said at the beginning about, are you still a ticking time bomb? Lost control within myself. So that's why I said what I said at the beginning about, are you still a ticking time bomb? Getting in all these systems of help, kudos, and I commend you for it. But get to the fucking point to where you don't need anybody else's assistance. You have accountability for yourself. That is something that is absent in this realm. Motherfuckers are not accountable for themselves. They just acquiescent for whatever the best situation is to make them feel better. So take your time. Make sure you're fine on your own and that you're not being unrealistic by having this expectation of building a family before you build yourself. Take some time for you. Figure out who you are, figure out what your real goals are, and not what you've been taught they have to be. Don't think that you got to fix something that you perceive to be broken if it ain't going to do nothing but break you again. Be happy, be fine on your own, understand the deliciousness of your own energy, and then go find somebody else that's reciprocal flow. And oftentimes, it's not people from our past. Sometimes it is, but oftentimes when we fuck up, we fuck up. I wish you well, though. Keep your head on straight. Seriously. So the first thing is you got to succumb to trying to rule over what already dominated you. Hey, that's what I do. I'm rooting for you. I don't even know you, but I'm just telling you. I'm rooting for you. Do right by you. Bruh, I needed that shit 40 years ago. But eventually we get there. And honestly, I could have had 95 different people telling me what I'm aware of now. I wasn't ready to hear it. And this ain't got nothing to do with no divine timing. I was already fixated on knocking out what I had going on the way I wanted to have it going on until it knocked me out. And then I had to put myself into submission. Not put myself back together because I was never broken. I just had broken thought processes, trying to do things based off of this, that, and the other. Just be still. If it don't work for you, stop working for it. Ta-da, game over. Really, everybody. If it don't work for you, stop working for it. Government, excuse me, relationships, excuse me, job, excuse me, economy, excuse me, religion, excuse me, tradition, excuse me, belief. Holy shit, connection points. What was this reading about? connection points. The minute you connect to something that you think got the answer for you, you've already lost the answer for yourself. And now you're full of questions. So step 2, in the fatal connection, you're connected more to what you've observed as what should be the way that you lost your own. Remember the first thing was you're supposed to succumb to the ideal that I have to go through the experience. I need to be a little bit more clear. In my cards, these are my cards. This is the king of earth. This is the old school hermit. This is the hermit that goes through all the experiences so he can get to the mountaintop and say, damn, I made it. You don't have to have experience. You don't have to have experience. Experience is a choice. You don't want to know, I want to know how it feels to burn my hand. Wait, something wrong with you. But it's an experience, right? But it's a choice. So just because the experience presents itself don't mean you have to keep on trying to overcome it. This is get off of that hermit bullshit of thinking that you got to go through something. And now once you start going through something, to go back to you, young brother, once you start going through something, everything that happens along that course, you're now trying to fix it. When sometimes you go through something so that you can get back into going through you. You understand that? And then once you start going through your experience, you can see if somebody else fits. Don't find a fit on somebody else's experience until you figure out your own. So getting into step 2, figure out your own. Stop all this connection bullshit. You better start dealing with singularity first. 3 and 5. 3 and 0, the thought will fool you. The thought will fool you into fighting for it more than you're fighting for yourself. 3 and 5, the thought only wants you to move. Why? Based off of fear. What did I tell you? That connection will have you working more for something else because you now perceive it to be greater than you. And now I got to fix me and I got to get right so I can get back to this. No, I have to stay wholeness and make sure everything I did is what I did. I own it. I eat it. I'm going to be more responsible for who I am now. And now I'll see what's there for me. You saw that? I sat still. I did what I did. Yeah, I was fucked up for doing it, but you know what? I can't change that. I can just make sure I'm a more responsible and accountable me. And now I can see who is a better fit for my energy. This is a child holding itself together. And this, in my cards, was his ancestors. His ancestors are surrounding him because he's holding himself. But when you out here in this fear mind of connection, something's greater than me, my relationship greater than me, my God greater than me, my pain greater than me, my addiction greater than me, my anger greater than me. Holy shit. If everything greater than you already less for yourself. So the whole problem is we operate out of fear. Stop operating out of fear. And no, I'm not finna tell you this bullshit lie. Operate out of love. Love is a fear too. Love is a fear too once you get to a certain level of experience. Love is I'm exerting energy to establish a value for something. Value is based off of fear. That is the whole problem with this paradigm, the realm that we exist in. Everything is based off of value. Rich, poor, black, white, up, down, man, woman. Those are fear sets. But you can't hear until you get here. Why? Because you're caught in connection number 3. Connection number 3 is that one that runs your mind. This is the mental trap. This is the realm of thoughts. The mental trap is the worst trap that people are going through. This is where you hear me call a God box. You're trapped in that separation component that something has to be greater than you because everything I do ain't working. Yeah, it ain't working because it ain't what you're supposed to be doing. You ever heard that? Things don't happen to you, they happen for you. Man, I keep trying to do that, and every time I try and do it, I fail. Perspective. Maybe you shouldn't be doing it. Or maybe you're trying to do it and including what you want instead of seeing what it actually is. It's perspective. So step 3 is your thought processes control this whole show. Change the way you think, you'll change the way you manifest. Change the way you manifest, you'll start to see where you ain't doing nothing but manipulating shit. Oops, alchemy. Oops, there go that 3 again. 2 3s. 23. Passion. My energy. This is all my energy. Whatever I become passionate about is what I'm going to manifest. What am I passionate about? Me. Now I'm passionate about getting to this so that I can figure out how to be a better me. I better figure out how to be a better me so I can see whether it is even deserving of my energy or if I'm deserving of it. 2, 3, connected to that thought. Remember, I just got through telling you the thought was the strongest thing here. Your 2, remember this was about the 2, 2, 2, 2. You're connected to that thought. That thought already said, figure out your greatest fear and embrace it so that you can succumb in the process of trying to overcome it. You can't get rid of your fear, but you can recognize it. Oops. You can recognize your fear, but that don't mean you have to overcome it. This is where you see, I'm telling you, I'm sorry, I apologize to you, but this is where you start seeing psychosis kick in. Well, I'm going to hang off a mountain without gear just to make sure I conquer my fear. You a fool. I'm sorry, you might be glamorized and glorified by everybody else that said, ooh, that was cutting edge. He climbed to the top of the Alps and they didn't even have no protection gear. You a fucking fool. You risked your life to conquer something that did not have to be your experience. But it's the thrill. Okie dokie. Keep on using your fire to overcome something, but it's still going to be there. You want to know why? Because for most people that are adrenaline junkies on that level, once they conquer the fear don't go nowhere. It just transforms into the next biggest project. Well, I climbed Mount Everest, and next week I'm gonna climb Mount Kilimanjaro. But wait a minute, you already conquered one. Yeah, well now I need a bigger challenge. Are you okay? Are you okay? I'm shaking my head as the answer. No. You're just ruled by this adrenaline that tells you have to conquer a fear, and even if the fear ain't there, you'll help create it. I could go somewhere with that one, you religious people. Even if ain't nothing there, you'll create it just so you have something to be scared of. God damn, hypochondriacs. Remember I told y'all next year is going to be just like how 2019 was? 2019 produced a lot of hypochondriacs that were fit for 2020. All they needed was for people to have paranoia about what was going on in their life, and bloop. You know anything about the occult, all they got is your energy to help create a fucking ritual. All they need is for somebody to be scared, and there's already fear. Wear a mask. Oh my God, there's so much violence. Send in your own troops because there's so much violence. You're already trapped in the connection. Now you're on step 4. You are already the blue screen of death. You are already in a program that has you stuck, and you trying to figure out how to unstick the program, but the program is what has you stuck. Take your time with that one. The program's design is to have you stuck, but now once the program has you stuck, you trying to figure out how to unstick the program when the program wasn't broken. It was only you. Holy shit. Step 4. Holy shit, knowledge gets you fucked up. This is the alchemist. This is the alchemist. But wait a minute. The snake was where? The snake was already inside of you. Why? Holy shit. Because I'm going to go on that journey. You see them mountains? I'm going to go on that journey to get to the mountains so that I can conquer. Sorry. So I can conquer what I already know. What did you already know? That there was a fear. Okay. So there's a fear. Hi. I'm afraid of heights. All right, well, we're going to go mountain climb today. See you, player. No, man, see, you need to come climb that mountain with me so you can get over that fear. No, that fear doesn't debilitate me. I have plenty of opportunities to live life without climbing a mountain. Yeah, but you want to always have that limit. No, it's not a limit. It's awareness. It's a point of awareness that, holy shit, that is something that I don't like and that my meat suit don't agree with, so I don't give my energy to it. Not, I'm scared of it, so give all my energy to it so I can alchemize it, so that I can know what it feels like to conquer it. Been telling y'all this for a long time. This is where you are easily coerced into doing something. This is basically an Amway scam. This is telemarketing. Hey, You know what? You don't like the way broccoli tastes. How about we go make some so that you can figure out why? No, I just don't like it. This is you having a conversation with your own thoughts. I just don't like it and I don't have to eat it. I'm fine. No, see, you need to know why. Knowledge gets you fucked up. Why? Because knowledge is where all the potential's at. The whole potential for this trap was in your thought that you can change what already is. Oops. Here, let's go there. What did I just say? The problem is in that point of your mind that thinks you can change what already is. You'll keep voting. You'll keep voting, waiting on change, when there is nothing to change. It's already got all your energy, wholeness. So the blue screen of death isn't the program. The blue screen of death is that fool that won't stop showing up to see. The blue screen of death is the fools that won't stop showing up to the show and giving up their energy. The sun card. The fools that keep on giving all their potential to what already got them controlled. You think it's the program, but really it's you. The program ain't doing nothing but what it's designed to do. Pull you apart. But if you're only trying to find a way to hold yourself together in something that already pulls you apart, whoo. How's that working out for you? How's that working out for you? Using what got you enslaved as a format for what's going to set you free will have you only enslaving others who was enslaved just like you. Nigga magic. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Strike that, Your Honor. Strike that. I gotta go. Make it make sense.